So a while ago, my friend challenged me to make a Kai fighter using only pieces from the Legacy Blade cycle. I did it, I posted it on Reddit, and people seemed to really like it. So you know what he did? He challenged me to make another one. This time, make Jay's Electro Mech using only the Thunder Raider. And when he says that, he doesn't mean, oh yeah, you're allowed to use all the pieces from the Thunder Raider set, including Cole's mech. No, he means exclusively just the Thunder Raider, this piece right here. And that makes it a whole lot more difficult, since if I was able to use Cole's Earth mech, then that would have made my life easier because I have the pieces to make a mech. But of course, my life always has to be more challenging than it has to be. So I'm stuck with this, and now I'm gonna try to see what I can do. First, gotta dismantle this. So, there we go. We have all the pieces separated, all by hand. Definitely didn't need no piece separator. So yeah, now I have all the pieces separated. I'm gonna try to see what I can do, and I'll be back with you guys when I'm done the first draft, which for me will probably be a few hours. For you will probably be like a few seconds. So I'll see you then. So it's about an hour later, a little bit more than an hour, and I got pretty far, but like what I was making was not working. Like you can see here, I really did try to make it so it had the original, like you fold this up and it gets like those wings kind of mechanic. I tried to do that, but I couldn't. And me trying to do this really was just like messing up the rest of the build. So I think that unfortunately, like I would love to have it so it still has that transformation feature where it does change. Like my little Kai fighter that I made out of the blade cycle parts, it did have that transformation feature, but like this one I don't think it's gonna be possible because like, well, there's not really many like Technic pieces that I can work with, so like pretty much this is like the best I could do to get a transformation mechanism, and you know that's not really working. So I'm gonna take this apart and just make it just like a simple mech that doesn't really have a transformation feature. And when I get back to you guys, you'll probably be seeing the final build of the mock. But if something interesting happens in between, I'll be sure to let you guys know. So yeah, we'll be back with the final product unless something interesting happens. Before I say what I'm about to say, this is oddly satisfying. Anyways, back to what I was going to say. Guys, I couldn't do it. I really couldn't do it. Is what I would say if I didn't do it, but I did. Somehow, some way, I put my tiny brain together. And I managed to figure out a way to do it. It's not perfect. I'm sure somebody out there can do better. And I encourage you to do better. Because I'm not a mock designer myself, so anything that I build will definitely not be as good as someone who professionally makes mocks. By the way, here's all the leftover pieces I didn't even use. All of them. Okay, you guys ready? You guys ready to see what oh god, I dropped it. To see what I was able to do. Here you go. See? I did it. I made some form of the Electro Mech. And I'm surprised I was able to do it since, well, I don't have many joints to work with. Like, these are the only joints I had to work with. And I used them for the arms. These were the only ones I had to work with. They're not even that good. Like, basically all I can do is move up and down. They can go side to side a little, but that's about it. But anyways, you can see here, you can get a better look of it standing up. You can see it from the back. I think a piece just popped off by accident. Yep, that was my fault. I did use some weird technique to put this together, but I did put it together. You can see. Let's start off here with the cockpit where we have J. You can see I tried to make it as faithful as the original as I could. You can see here we have 2 swords. Put J's shield piece sticker all right on here in front of it. You can see there's the handlebars. Holding up that clip, we hold it back a little. Don't want to pull back too hard. This thing is not the sturdiest. Popped off right there. As you can see, it's not the sturdiest. My God. But there you go. You can see there we have J sitting on 2 studs right there. Definitely the simplest I could have done it. Then here we'll just have some shield pieces. You can see right here on the sides. And then we have one here in the back. Now let's move on to the back. You can see it's pretty simple. I built these simple little wings. You know, it's nothing too amazing. I would have loved to make it a transforming feature, but I wasn't able to. I'm sure somebody out there will be able to, but I wasn't able to. And unfortunately, it is blue and not gold like it's meant to be, but what can you do when you have such a limited amount of pieces? Now we move on to my least favorite part of my build, which is the arms, because, well, look at these. Yep, this is all the motion you get. You get this up, down, a little bit to the sides. You can turn full 360s, and then you can do this with, that's on this side of the arm. This side of the arm is meant to have fingers, but like I couldn't really find a good way to do fingers with the piece I had left. So I just added a double cannon here, which now that I'm thinking of it, probably should have gone on the other hand. Would have made it more accurate, but hey, who cares? Then we come over here. This is the better arm. Still not good. Again, moves up and down, barely to the side, but it does a full 360. Look at that, 360. And then we have this clip here with the lantern piece. Right here is just another little gun here. You can see it's not really the Electro Mech as much as it is the gun mech. And here's my favorite part of the build. The feet and the legs, because the way I did it, I'm generally surprised I thought of this. Basically, I used these pieces right here as the legs, so it has the false knees. And, you know, kind of surprised I was able to think of this. Like, originally, the legs I had, I was like trying to make them out of out of these Technic pieces. Yeah, you see right there. I was trying to make them out of these. But then I was thinking, what if I use these Technic pieces? And look at that, they worked a lot more, they worked a lot better. And you know, I was able to cover up some of it. Not really much of the front here, since you can see a lot of the Technic. Not much on the inside. But I was able to cover up some. Well, here we have these 2 shield pieces. The way I put those on. Move this arm. Move it! You can see, I used this Technic piece that has a hole in it. And then I took this is it a 1x1? Yeah, I think it's just a 1x1. It's a 1x1 that has a stud on top and on the side. I had the side stud, I put in the hole. And then the top stud I used to put the shield piece on there. Same with this side. On here it's pretty simple. It's just this blue Technic piece that has an axle at the end of it. So I put a nice little 2x2 circular piece with a cone piece on the sides. And then here on this one I took these Technic pieces that have these shorter ends of here. I would have loved if I had the Technic piece to have a stud at the end of it, but I didn't. So I used these shorter ones to like be able to press these on. You know, they're pretty sturdy. I'm generally surprised they're pretty sturdy. You can see right there. They're just pretty snug in there. And yeah, that's about it for the legs. And then for the feet, these are pretty flat, but they get the job done. They're not the most symmetrical, you know. Since, well, this piece I had to be the one that connects it to here. As much as what I would have loved to have this piece be the one that connects in there. Then I wouldn't have been able to do that. Otherwise, this foot would have been raised up more than this one. So I had to have this one be the exact same as this one. Having them both be on the left side. But you know, doesn't matter as long as it looks good. Then here you can basically see all the pieces that I use. Stud, grid cheese slope, I don't know what this is called, a gold bar piece in silver, some a rail or whatever you call it, and then we have these stickered slope pieces. There we go. That's what it's called, a slope. Don't know why else. And then you can see the bottom of it pretty flat. And yeah, these are what I used to connect them. You can see right there. The way I did it was I used another of those two blue pieces that those two blue Technic pieces that have half an axle, since the bottom of this takes axle and not actual Technic piece. So I'm glad that was a thing, because otherwise I don't know what I would have done. So I'm glad the blue Technic axles came in handy. But that's about it for this Electro Mech mock out of the Thunder Raider. Like I said, it's not the best. It definitely could have some improvement. Like there's a lot of pieces in there that I didn't use that I probably should have used. Probably would have made it a much better build. But again, I'm not a professional mock builder. I'm sure one of you can definitely do that better than me. But as it is now, this is the best I got. And it actually does stand sometimes. Sometimes it'll just lean over and fall over. But yeah, see, there we go, it stands. It does stand. Don't worry guys, I made sure it does. And yeah, that's gonna be about it for this video. Just showing you what I did to make it happen. And like I said, you guys should go try it out for yourselves. It's a really fun challenge. Really just put your mind, get your mind working. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys some other time.